So the question says, let f be a function defined by f of x equals 1 minus 2 sine of x for x is less than or equal to 0, and e raised to the negative 4x for x is greater than 0. Part A asks us to show that f is continuous at x equals 0. To do this, we must show that the limit as x approaches 0 from both the right and the left equals the same number. If it equals the same number, then f of x is continuous. If it does not, then it is not continuous. So the limit as x approaches 0 from the left of 1 minus 2 sine of x equals 1. And the limit as x approaches 0 from the right of e to the negative 4x also equals 1. So f of 0 equals 1. Because the limit as x approaches 0 for f of x equals f of 0, then we know that f is continuous at x equals 0. Part B asks us for when x does not equal 0 to express f prime of x as a piecewise defined function, and to find the value of x for which f prime of x equals negative 3. First, we're going to take the derivative of both parts of the piecewise, so you get f prime of x equals negative 2 times cosine of x for x is less than 0, and negative 4 times e to the negative 4x for x is greater than 0. For the part of the piecewise function where x is less than 0, f prime of x equals negative 2 cosine of x has a range from negative 2 to 2, and it never equals negative 3 in that range. When you set f prime of x equal to negative 3 for when x is greater than 0, you get x equals negative 1/4 times ln of 3/4, and that is your answer. Part C asks to find the average value of f on the interval from negative 1 to 1. The average value of a function equals 1 divided by b minus a times the integral of from a to b of f of x dx. So then we have 1/2 times the integral from negative 1 to 1 of f of x dx. Because it is a piecewise function, you have to split the integral into two separate parts. So you get 1/2 times from negative 1 to 0 of f of x dx, and then the integral of 0 to 1 of f of x dx. So you should get 1/2 times the integral from negative 1 to 0 of 1 minus 2 sine of x dx plus the integral from 0 to 1 of e to the negative 4x dx. when you solve the integral, you should get 1/2 times the quantity 2 plus 1 minus 2 cosine -1 plus -1/4 e to the -4 plus 1/4. And that is your answer.